Hello everyone, it's me again, and I'm back with another speed paint. Yay! So, for anyone who doesn't know, this is Sesame Street Art Workshop, and I think it came out in 1997? Don't quote me on that. But anyway, I loved this program when I was a kid. I used to play it all the time. And recently, I found a way to play it on a virtual machine because it probably wouldn't run on my normal computer. And I decided, why not try to paint something in it and try to make it look okay, at least? So I just decided to paint this little landscape that I had kind of written down last year, I think. And I made some changes to it, just based on what colors look good together and stuff like that. I think the only problem was that I had to change my color settings for the game to work, and when I opened up the saved picture in MS Paint, the colors were a little bit different. So I might have to draw this again to make it look okay, but you know, I'm alright with how it came out. So around the time I've uploaded this, either I will be turning or have turned 19. Yay. And, of course, as you all know, last month was Halloween. And every year, for the past few years, my family has taken up my grandma for trick-or-treating, because she doesn't get out very often and she likes to visit with people and get candy. And I have this friend. I didn't go to their house this year, but their mom has always been kind of judgmental of both me and that friend. And for the past few years, she's said that she's not allowed to go trick-or-treating because she's too old. She's only a few months older than me. But, the problem that I have is that my friend, she's not doing anything bad. Like, she doesn't go out and party till 3 in the morning or do any drugs. Like, she's a good person. But I've noticed a lot of adults have this idea that when you reach a certain age, it doesn't have to be 18, maybe it's like 15 or 16 even. They think that when you reach that age, you have to give up everything childish in order to grow up. But the thing is, you don't have to grow up. I'm not saying you shouldn't have some kind of emotional maturity, because you should, but you don't have to stop liking something or doing something just because it's quote-unquote for kids. Like, if you want to have stuffed animals, or watch Veggie Tales, or go trick-or-treating, you should be able to. Because there's nothing bad about that. In fact, I think it's good to hold on to things that you liked as a kid, because, you know, adulthood can be really tough and really depressing sometimes. So it's nice to remember that there was a point in your life when things were good, at least better. And the idea that you have to be completely mature and grown up and not anything, even slightly not adult. The idea that that's what you have to strive for in order to be a functioning being is stupid. Like, just because you like childish things doesn't mean you can't have a job or drive a car or graduate high school. Like, you can be perfectly capable of those things and still like things from your childhood. And I've noticed that a lot of these parents aren't really glad that their kids aren't going out and doing drugs and partying. It's just like, you don't have to congratulate them all the time, like, oh, you're such a perfect little angel for not doing these things, but at least appreciate that. Because you could have a kid who's going out and doing horrible things, but you don't. And that's a blessing, honestly. So, maybe I'm not the most qualified person to give advice, but parents, appreciate the fact that your kid is a good kid, and don't try to decide when they quote-unquote grow up, because ultimately that's not your decision to make, it's theirs. And kids, or young adults, I guess, you don't have to grow up when people decide you do. You decide what happens. You decide when you grow up and when you're ready to let go of those things. And you don't even have to let go of those things. You're allowed to like them. But yeah, this is just something I've thought about for a while. So I'm glad to have it off my chest now. Okay, so that's it. I hope you learned something from this, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!